Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. And in the last episode, guys, we discovered that things have gone very wrong here in the Manchios Mansion. Vogel gave us a key to this back room, and past these very arcane-looking torches, we found the body of Fabio, a man who was apparently supposed to do some sort of entertaining ritual for the guests, but who ended up bludgeoned in the head and stabbed in what looks to be a ritualistic killing. Or at least it seems that way. Now, we found back behind here was actually kind of a staging room for actors, and there seems to be a little bit more going on here, so I'm very curious where this is going to go. Now, we actually need to track down Kurt Manchios, the founder of the feast, for lack of a better term. He is wearing a mask with golden stars and is most probably still nervous after the discovery of the body. So maybe Kurt will have something to add to this, hopefully. So we'll leave Vogel and Fabio alone. Stars on the mask. No, it's not you. The waiter. How about you? Tense and brittle, mysterious aristocrat, sympathetic, and stars on the mask.
Kurt Manchios, I presume. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you must be the one Werner told me about. What a sweet voice you have. It must belong to a handsome young man. Can I call you Sherlock?
As you wish, Mr. Manchios. Mr. Vogel asked me to help you. The body in the altar room requires answers, and quickly. I suspect the murderer to still be here.
What? Lower your voice. I don't want anyone to hear us.
Now, we discovered in the last episode as well that Kurt seemed to be somewhat sweet on Fabio, gifting him cufflinks and seemed to have that kind of vibe to him.
Did you know Fabio well?
People are starting to look at us, Sherlock. Change the subject. I can't believe what happened to him. To me. Such an atrocity. Think what it means for me. A wonderful evening for so many good, influential, and rich people has been ruined. I have betrayed all my promises of exotic delights.
I don't understand. Surely a murder would affect your reputation to a greater extent.
Please, isn't this why you are here? I thought you were a silent magician. Do your tricks and make it go away.
I do really like that mask, though.
I need to find all those who had the key to the altar room. As far as I know, Mr. Vogel, Fabio, and you had access to it. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes. Also, Matista and Santos.
Santos? Who is that?
Santos Pinchetti, my major domo. In his opinion, at least.
So we have another potential suspect.
I'd like to speak to Mr. Pinchetti and Matista. Do you have somewhere I might have a private conversation with them?
Of course, of course. Let me think. Matista is entertaining the guests somewhere, and Santos... Oh, yes. He will be busy with the servants. Or the cook. What's that noise? What's going on?
Do we have guests?
Freeze, filth. You're under arrest.
Oh, dear. Okay, we're... being visited by the Cordona Police Department. Oh, that's funny. That's the petals. This is the Waltz of the Flowers, I think, by Tchaikovsky. Oh god, the guy just got Sparta kicked down the stairs. This is from the Nutcracker Suite. Ba-da-bum-bum. I don't know a lot about classical music, but this used to get played every Christmas. Okay. That guy was just showing off. Ew. Well, at least we didn't get hit over the head with a nightclub. Or the nightstick.
Committed a crime, and now I have to free you, kiss your hand, and apologise for the inconvenience. Your Grace.
I did tell you that Mr. Vogel and I were innocent. I emphasized it in my statement.
Your statement? Thanks to some bigwigs who work for the so-called good of the country by releasing fleas like you. Thank God we have Vogel in his letter. Once I get to that goldfish, I'll...
Bigwig? Oh, my wretched brother Mycroft and his long nose.
Hey.
Wait, did you say Mycroft? Mycroft Holmes? Are you the youngest son of Violet Holmes, rest her soul?
Well, first of all, thank you, Mycroft, for getting us out of this.
You knew my mother?
Not personally, no. Not exactly. I was working on the paperwork for that case.
Would you happen to remember anything of the events?
Well, I didn't make the inquiry, but I remember seeing some notes. Why?
Ooh. Okay. What do we have to negotiate with, though? Guess we'll find out.
Perhaps we can negotiate. I could be quite useful.
Huh. Got you hooked, right? You know what? Stark and the others think they're the smartest here, thanks to you. Let me get this straight. Are you listening to me, lad?
I'm all ears.
Take this case. Report to me only, to Constable Harvey Oswald. I'll leave everything I have on this table. Find the murderer. Be a real copper. Question the suspects, make them sing, give me something substantial.
And if Mr. Vogel is not a suspect?
If he's innocent, then you can take your favourite degenerate away from here. If you slip or mess with the evidence, then trust me, your brother won't save you from my bludgeon. Meanwhile, I'll be checking the archive for you. If anybody asks, then you're a consulting detective.
Let's make a start then, partner.
Aw. Let's
I'm
make sure.
glad we managed to get the scoop before the raid.
Ooh, we got another face mask? We still can't change clothes. Alright. Well, let's see what we've got here. I, Santos Pinchetti, am a witness who reports a suspicion of murder at Manchios Mansion in Grand Surrey. During preparations for the social party, I heard loud noises from the closed altar room. Immediately I thought of the sacrifice of a living being overviewed by none other than Kurt Manchios. There was blood on the walls, strange symbols, and a dagger in the heart. As soon as I was able to think clearly, I rushed to the police station to report my findings. The station responded to the deposition by sending a patrol while the witness left the station and went home. Oh, so Santos was the one who narked on the party. Got a new Mind Palace clue. Following a report from a witness of the satanic ritual who claimed to have found a body, the raid on the Manchios Mansion was granted. It resulted in the arrest of multiple suspects and dispersal of the group in masks and robes caught in acts of gross indecency and unnatural behavior. The body of the victim was found lying on an altar with a knife wound in his chest. The officers identified the victim, Fabio, 20, a local performer and artist. Arrested suspects, V. Vogel. Vogel had a letter of an insulting nature in his possession which had been written by the victim. He claims to have found the body. He is infamous for his eccentric personality. S. Holmes carried a murder weapon, a dagger with the victim's blood, and other items of evidence. He was invited by another suspect, V. Vogel, presumably to obstruct the official investigation. K. Manchios, the owner of the mansion and organizer of the satanic party, paid the victim to participate in the ritual, had access to the crime scene. Matista, Fabio's partner and participant in the ritual, tried to escape, resisted arrest, owned a book with a description of the ritual performed in the altar room. Some of the guests are temporarily detained for further questioning. Okay, we got some keys there. The provider of this ticket has permission to inspect all evidence on case number 62-60.
Back on track to solve the case.
Huzzah!
I can't go back to prison.
Well, let's look at the Mind Palace here. Oh, does nothing... Pinchetti is a suspect. Pinchetti is a suspect who should be arrested and questioned. He had a key which he did not mention in his deposition, which is correct. Sure, he's gonna love that. Alright, nothing else connects, which means we're gonna find a lot more here before it's all said and done. Got a lot of people to talk to. Fabio received expensive cufflinks as a present from Manchios. Yes, indeed. We do need to ask about that. What about...
Look, I found Werner.
Oh, so you did. Let's see... Oh, hello there. That must be Kurt. So we get to question everybody. That's awesome.
Werner, are you all right?
Oh, yes. Everything's fine. In fact, it's something of a family reunion. My brother spent quite some time in this place himself.
You should not be here. I told the police everything I knew, but they refused to let you go. They require proof to free you.
Ha! What did you expect? The mighty Sherlock Holmes swans in, tells the officers what to think, and the world obeys?
Of course not. Anyway, I struck a deal with the constable, and I've got a free hand in the investigation. I find proof to solve the case for him. He obtains files about my mother's death for me.
Well done. If one has the power or will and can act, then one must. I wonder, suppose you couldn't get the proof to your truth. Would you tell a lie to the guard that enabled my freedom, knowing my innocence? Would that not be just?
There are lines I will not cross, Werner. I will do my best to secure your release, but with proof, not deception.
Really? How many white lies have you told on this island? Why not for me? Why not another?
That is absurd. I can resolve this without compromises. Do not give up hope.
Evidence. Okay.
Let me see what I can do about all this.
Before we need to check the evidence room before we talk to anyone else, I figure. I do really want to get out of these clothes, though. There we go. Plague Doctor. Let's go. He said consulting detective, so it's only right. Oh, I guess we just get the face mask to put on. Nothing new. And let's get John back in Ukrainian clothes. Oops. There we are. And didn't look like there's anyone in there. Where is the evidence? I think it was in here. Oh, hey guys.
Don't look at them. They'll serve us if necessary.
Spectres. Oh.
Have you considered Mr. Santos Pinchetti as a suspect?
The snitch? Have you seen him? I mean, my breath could knock him down. What's so special about him?
As a major domo, he has keys that open all the rooms, including the one to the crime scene. Could have testified only to circumvent suspicion, don't you think? We need to question him.
Right. I'll send our men to fetch him. Stay here.
Figured that just...
They brought him in, Mr. Holmes.
All right.
Here's the key to interrogation room number 7. Mr. Pinchetti didn't even resist, our men said.
Thank you.
Cool.
You can question Mr. Pinchetti in the interrogation room.
So now it's time to leave the island.
Good night. Your ticket, please, if you want me to help you. 5
through 6. Where is that? Aha!
I'd like to check the evidence from this case.
And who are you?
Oswald sent me. I'm a consulting detective.
His partner, then? Let me see. Ah, a ritual murder. What a bunch of degenerates. Wait a second, I'll bring it to the table.
Thank you, friend. Oh. Okay, quite a few things. 0 out of 9. This is for Werner?
An emergency kit for boredom.
Yeah, that's Werner's. The letter that was found in Vogel's evidence box. Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness. Not around me, anyway. For me, it's too great a risk to ignore that kind of behavior. I can speak and play with anyone I choose. I'm not another Matista. You pay me, but you haven't bought me. Of course, I'll keep all your generous donations, even though they hardly compensate for your last terrible outburst. I'm leaving you, although Matista will still be around. Fabio.
Not the time for privacy.
Who is that for, though?
Werner's personal sketchbook.
Which we are not going to look at, apparently. This is Carl's.
It's a miracle this ruby hasn't tempted anyone. A heavily perfumed handkerchief with the initials KM in the corner.
Set of keys.
All the keys of the mansion on one golden ring.
And this must be Matista?
That's not for bedtime reading.
The power of love, blood and mandrake.
This ex libris belongs to Manchios Library.
And Hogwarts. The police found this occult book in Matista's bag during the arrest. According to the book, the tome was taken from Mr. Manchios' collection, or to the ex libris. It contains illustrations and descriptions of a ritual similar to the crime scene. Prepare the naked body of a recently deceased object of interest. Draw symbols of Mars and Venus to enhance the power you possess. To use the force of male and female nature. Pierce his heart with a golden dagger to be rid of the blood that does not love you. Draw a symbol representing your love. While waiting for the resurrection, recite the charm.
The book describes a ritual similar to the one performed in the altar room.
Ooh.
A handcrafted charm that contains hair and nail clippings. Her key to the altar room. Thank you, officer.
The plot is thickening. Now, if we follow like standard Sherlock games, chances are we can probably make a good case for everyone. So. Wow, no connections. Gee. Oh, well, I think that was probably the right thing to do. Now, it's time to talk with some people. Fabio received expensive cufflinks. You know? Is your mind unsound? You can't control your bitterness, not around me anyway. Not another Matista, you pay me, but you haven't bought me. I wonder if this letter is to Manchios. Jilted lovers, perhaps? Also curious about Matista, because we haven't really gotten to talk to her. Alright, well. Interrogation. Who is going to be our first person? Actually, let's have a chat with the mystery lady.
I'm Sherlock Holmes. I'm helping Constable Oswald. You are Matista, Fabio's friend.
This body, yes, it's Matista. But it's a mere shell that will die someday. Just like Fabio.
Please accept my condolences for your friend.
Thank you.
I'm just here to ask questions and find Fabio's murderer.
it will not bring Fabio back.
Yeah, let's get a profile. I saw some bruising around the neck. Blood-filled bruises obtained recently. Was someone choking her? Primitive occult tattoo. She inks herself. A burn mark inflicted with a branding iron, a giant K. Potentially, it could be another kind of arcane symbol. Bitten nails, nervous. Oh. Old and healing cuts, self-inflicted. Shackle scars, old and barely visible. Oh, man. Matista, the performer and Fabio's partner, has had a difficult life. She was branded and enslaved while still a child. While enslaved, she met Fabio, hence their similar branding. Old scars are the result of her slavery during adolescence. She continues to be haunted by these traumatic experiences. She has a genuine interest in mysticism, since she has tattooed her body with occult symbols. Matista tries to get over her past, and the life of a performer seems to be an opportunity for her to earn money. Matista seems to be pragmatic about her body after years of abuse. She sells herself to the guests who do whatever they want to her. She's not afraid to step over the line. Also, Matista marks her body with ink. So, I would say blood-filled bruises. The cuts, self-inflicted cuts, and the fact that she has bitten nails and she's nervous would give me the idea that she punishes herself for the past. If she was completely, disassociated from her body, she wouldn't be biting her nails. She wouldn't be expressing those kind of emotions. So, let's say this.
Fabio and yourself were slaves, am I correct? You have a similar branding on your body.
Yes. It was a long time ago.
Couldn't help but also notice fresh cuts upon your forearms.
The cuts helped me to forget my past, to cover the old wounds and hide them.
How did you escape?
Something happened. One night the master fell down the stairs. I made him fall, and he died. We ran away that day. We managed to get on a ship and traveled here, to Cordona. Fabio and I started a new life here. It was very hard at first, but it became better with time. Until today.
I actually do really like the fact that her facial model is different from all the others that we've seen.
The bruises on your neck are not self-inflicted. Someone else made them.
Some guests can't contain themselves. They even bite, sometimes.
Ugh. Okay.
I don't know what to say.
We'll just go down the line here.
I don't know what to say.
This book, The Power of Love, Blood and Mandrake, what do you hope to achieve?
To learn more about the invisible strengths that govern us. Occultism is real. The master who fell that night when Fabio and I escaped, I made him fall. I cast a spell on him and it worked.
Or was it a coincidence?
The universe is rarely so lazy.
If you say so. This is the letter the police found in Mr. Vogel's pocket. Fabio wrote it. Do you know anything about it?
I don't. Although I can feel Fabio's energy. It's there, but it refuses to let me analyze it.
Do you practice occult rituals?
For protection? For fortune? To wash away the ugliness of the world? Sometimes to survive. I have the gift, and I'm learning to use it better.
Did you use your gift on Fabio?
I only used white magic. Love charms lately. Fabio became so distant. I just wanted him to be with me, but I suppose I'm not as skilled as I thought.
Okay, so if she loves Fabio so much, she wouldn't be doing the ritual on him. Because that entire thing about the book was... prepare the naked body of a recently deceased object... Oh, wait, hold on. To be rid of the blood that does not love you. Ah. She used some white magic on Fabio. That is definitely not white magic.
I know I can handle the news.
Well, that's one question down. Mr. Kurt.
Good day, Mr. Manchios. I am Constable Oswald's partner in this investigation.
Be quick and gentle. Some of your colleagues are untrained boors. Although I don't mind meeting young officers. The new blood here.
If you cooperate in finding Fabio's murderer, there will be no need to meet with the boars again.
That voice. Werner's friend? You're the policeman. What a disappointment.
Only an undercover agent can scour a ditch full of deviants. I am a consulting detective, although I'm capable of replacing the entire department through my consultations.
Sharp-tongued, I like it. May I presume this tongue will get us out of this trouble? I would be so indebted and glad to repay you.
Nothing's changed. I'm looking for the murderer. That's the only way to get us out of trouble.
But it shouldn't take much time, correct? We're all busy, after all.
I need to examine you first.
I think he may... Okay, never mind. I'm going to keep that joke to myself. Rogue. Wears makeup. Or rouge. Red spots. Rash from exposure to hair dye. Soap under fingernails. Washed hands in a hurry. Ooh. Maybe wash some blood off. Quality polished leather. Lavishly expensive. Kurt Manchios is extremely rich, eccentric, and frivolous. He is the organizer of the parties for Cordona's elite and the owner of the Manchios Mansion. He spends his life in the company of similarly overprivileged people. However, his being sociable in this manner has made him cautious regarding his health. He uses chemicals and hair dye to clean and improves himself to the extent that it damages his skin. The other one is Mr. Manchios wishes to hide his true age from the younger participants of his parties. He is concerned with aging to the point where he uses makeup and hair dye to look younger. I think that's far more accurate. He's not exactly Howard Hughes by any stretch of the imagination, but that right there, especially to the fact that he seems to like the company of younger gentlemen or younger folk. Let's go with that.
You are a little over the top with your use of makeup, Mr. Manchios. Is it so difficult for you to acknowledge your age?
Well, Sherlock, that's easy for you to say to an old man when you look as though you are barely 15.
But still, it shouldn't be an issue for someone of your status.
For people of my age, it isn't an issue, no. But the younger ones can be so afraid of wrinkles and grey flecks. I have to adapt.
Such a methodical man who cares for his body but misses the soap under his fingernails. Are you so impatient, or perhaps even impulsive?
I wouldn't call myself that. Silly little details. If I missed it, it wasn't important. Or rather, it was less important than who or what I was focused on.
Interesting. Okay. Tell you what, let's go ahead and leave right now.
I appreciate your cooperation, Mr. Manchios. Wait just a moment, I have something to check.
Okay, Mind Palace clues acquired. Let's see if we can... We getting more stuff? Yes, we are. Whew! Alright, guys. Well, we've got a lot to take in here. We've got Kurt Manchios to question. We got Vogel. We've got Santos. This is a big case, and hopefully we can figure it out. But we'll go ahead and pick it up next time. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.